With the recent hate of the Jujutsu Kaisen Clash game that just came out, it generally has me thinking, like, why damn near 80% of anime games arena fighters? Like, it's kind of wild, right? Well, to put it simply, it works. Like, it actually works. I mean, to look at the two that really, like, pioneered the subgenre. The Dragon Ball games are super approachable and super fun most of the time. And it goes the same for the Naruto games as well. Naruto and the Ninja Storm games as well. I think it's okay for them to continue making them because they have their own blueprint and they like keep on adding to it, if that makes sense. But when another series step in, like i.e. like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, the general public is already like turned off to it due to the unoriginality in the space, if you know what I'm saying. I seen the trailers on Twitter for Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash, and niggas was like, yeah, just another arena fighter, Jump Force 2.0. Like, niggas was already like downplaying the Dead on Arrival type shit. And on top of that, when you just copy and paste and seemingly put no effort into innovation or even trying to slightly shake up the blueprint, it's not gonna have a long shelf life. But I'm not here to just sit here and just bash anime game devs. At least not the ones that genuinely want to make a good product. The public has already done that enough, and I don't think y'all need any extra from me. I want to use this video as more of a discussion point to talk about the flaws and possible different routes to the solution, so we can stop making these cash grab ass arena fighters and work towards creating something that'll actually be remembered well. But before we get into it, as always, make sure you like the subscribe button for more anime and video game analysis videos just like this one. Now, let's talk about it. To reiterate the problem is the lack of creativity in the anime game space. But how do we solve it? Before I even go into this, I'm not a game dev, I'm just a strictly consumer, and I'm just calling things like how I see it. I play a lot of video games in my day, so I'm just calling things how I see it. I'm not professional in anything. For starters, I would say experiment with different genres is a great start, and it's way easier said than done. This doesn't always work out, but I don't think that the games that branched out in the anime verse, that branched out just outside the arena fighter in the anime verse, fail on a conceptual level. I think they fell on an execution level. The Dragon Ball series have been doing this recently, and I think it's pretty cool to see them branch out and try new shit, even if it isn't successful. The two most recent examples are Dragon Ball FighterZ, which was a huge hit, obviously, like, you know what Dragon Ball FighterZ is. And on the other side of that, on the other side of the spectrum, we have Dragon Ball The Breakers. Say what you want about the game, but regardless, this was a very ambitious move, and I respect the idea. I didn't play it myself, but I did watch a decent amount of Series X, Donodori, and Rhymestar play it, and it actually seemed like a fun time for a while. I think it's a cool idea going into the Dead by Daylight bag and doing it with Dragon Ball characters. I think the problem lies with the actual amount of content Dragon Ball The Breakers provided. See, Dead by Daylight has a super unique concept, and since it's not bound to a singular franchise, that concept can be applied to like a lot of horror movie franchises and a lot of survival horror video game franchises. There's so many characters they can pull from like the survivor side and the killer side. I've seen Dead by Daylight, they had like a Resident Evil collab recently, right? It might not have been recently, but I definitely seen like a Nemesis and Leon Kennedy in Dead by Daylight. I was like, that's really cool. In Dragon Ball's case, being constricted to like strictly DBZ is already a disadvantage, right? Because it's just less content out there. It's just Dragon Ball versus like a whole horror movie series that they could pull from any time, in any like era type shit. So at that point, if you already have like a limited amount of characters that you can use for survivors and killers, you will really have to like buckle down the gameplay and like keep on looking for new survivors and killers to put in the game and keep on with continued support very often at that, to keep your player base. I think failures like Dragon Ball The Breakers could possibly deter niggas away from thinking outside the box. Like, other niggas could like look at that and be like, damn, that didn't work, and they tried something different, so why the hell should we try something different? But I don't think playing it safe is the play either. The public is gonna crucify you anyway, so you might as well go out doing something that you wanna do. And who knows, bro? The risk takers, you ain't gonna win without no risk in life, folks. So if you take a risk, it might end up paying off for you. But like, think about it though. There are so many genres out there, and I think like with the proper amount of support, there are potential hits out there just waiting to be made. Like, imagine like an Insomniac, Rocksteady, like Spider-Man, Batman, Hero style, My Hero Academia game, a Blue Lock arcade soccer game, not by the niggas that made EFC, not by them niggas. A DMC God of War style, like third person action style Jujutsu Kaisen game. Like, there's some pretty cool ideas out there. Now I know all of this is way easier said than done, and I'm no game dev, but like these copy and paste arena fighters haven't really worked for other franchises like it has DBZ and Naruto. And like, I'm not gonna lie, when me and my homies was talking about it, like we was talking about like what could franchises do, that's a hard one to decipher, folks. Cause like, yeah, we can sit here. The easy way out is just to say like, damn, all anime games end up being shitty arena fighters. But like, what else could they make when you genuinely think about it? And what else, and how do you make those interesting? How do you innovate for the specific anime? How do you like incorporate so much character from the anime into the game without having like a huge budget? Because a lot of these games don't really have big budget outside the Dragon Ball games like that. So it's like really, it's not an easy dilemma to fix. It's not. And I see why people take the safe route. I see why. It probably costs less resources, and it's what niggas know and what niggas seen work before. But like I said, all this easier said than done, way easier. But it's gonna take something successful in a different lane, and when it comes to anime games, to change up the landscape of anime games and what they could be potentially in the future, if that makes sense. But like, it's so many dope creative minds out there that I feel like somebody gonna make some raw shit soon, and they gonna show niggas how to really do it. But that's really all I wanted. It was just a little quick video. I just want to like pour out my thoughts on this, because I seen people like just shitting on the game. Obviously, like if it's bad, it's bad. Cool. But like, what's the solution to this? Like, how do we branch out and like make games that even niggas outside the anime will want to play and bring, instead of just being in the arena fighter bag the whole time? But that's all for me, man. As always, man, I hope y'all have a great day, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.
Sometimes we seem to disagree. Pray that you protect her and increase my sympathy. I'm a mini you, one day I'll have a mini me. I'm your son, I shouldn't treat you like an enemy. I get annoyed when you point out all my